One of the hardest things I've had to do, especially since I've been at Stanford, was the end of my freshman year. I went home, and the first day that I was home, I tore my ACL. I mean, it put me out of action for about 6 months where I couldn't do gymnastics at all. Like, that was the longest time I'd never been able to do anything, let alone no gymnastics. And then coming back from that was incredibly difficult. You know, it took a very long time learning from scratch to even just bend my knee again. And it really took me, I would say, 2 years until I got back to where I was before. And it wasn't just physical, it was like mental and emotional too. Once I started to get more movement back, it was like really frustrating because I felt like I could do things that I used to do, but you know, I wasn't allowed to because of the rehab process. And so I was held back a lot for the correct reasons, but it was just frustrating for me that I wanted to do it and I couldn't. And I guess one of my main concerns was that I may have let down the team or my coaches because I wasn't going to be able to participate for a long time. Before I came to Stanford, I was an elite gymnast, and so I was always preparing for competitions like the World Championships and the Olympics and European Championships. In 2008, the year of the Olympics, I was training, you know, I ramped up my training more hours because it was like the biggest year of my career, and my dream growing up was always to go to the Olympics. And I trained really hard, and then I went through all the trials and I didn't quite make the team. And it was devastating for me. I went back, I talked to my family and my coaches, and you know, they helped me a lot, encouraged me, and made me realize that, you know, I could make the Olympics. I just had to make a few changes and work even harder than I had before. And so I went back into the gym, worked as hard as I ever had before, and I did eventually make the team for the Olympics. And it was literally a dream come true, especially because I hadn't made the team a couple months earlier. It made it even more special. It's definitely easier to do the days that are happy and, you know, aren't so hard. That's not so bad to do on your own, but it's those days that, you know, you're in pain and you're tired, and when you don't have those people by your side, it's harder to see the end goal and realize that you will get there in the end. I think one thing that's so special about doing gymnastics in college, and particularly here at Stanford, is that, you know, my teammates are like my sisters. They're there for everything I do. They always have my back. And so no matter if anything bad happens, they're always there to support me. And anything that good happens too, they're always by my side to share it with me, which is just amazing. I think the main thing is to always stay positive. Never get too down on yourself, because you're stronger than you think. Like, sometimes you can doubt yourself, but always remember that you are a lot stronger than you think you are. And so even if you don't have that support system at that moment in time, it's okay. You're still going to be able to make it through.